Okay, so in our five W's and our how, we're now going to talk about when to memorize. So, when will I memorize scripture? So, this is really going to talk about ways to incorporate a brief overview of when to think about incorporating your practice of scripture memory throughout the day. So, consider times when you're doing something monotonous or an activity that doesn't require an excessive amount of thought. It's important to have consistency with what times you decide to practice. And I believe that this is really helpful in terms of staying disciplined during the memorization process. I personally recommend doing it early in the day. The later you choose to do it, the less likely it is to get done. And I think in general, most people do find that the things that they want to make sure they get done, they tend to have more success with if they do it early in the morning. I know that's not the case for everyone, but it is very common. And again, remember, I know I keep reiterating this, but I cannot make it clear enough. Remember to be realistic and to be honest with what you have going on in your life so that you can truthfully incorporate this practice into your life and ask the Lord for his help. So these are just some of my personal suggestions, but I am not what I'm not saying is that it's not okay. What I'm not saying is that it's limited to this. So obviously these are just suggestions I'm sharing with you what I have found works really well in my life. But I know that there are people who have different routines. You might be a person who needs to get up at a certain time or set your alarm for 1 o'clock in the afternoon because your schedule allows, and you want to have a time where you sit and reread the same thing over and over again. So the things that I'm giving to you are just suggestions to get the ball rolling, but I think the overall message or takeaway here is to find methods or times where you can be the most consistent. So, whether that is you are just sort of doing it every time you vacuum or take a shower, or you have a situation where you can set your alarm for 10 a.m. and you have the ability to put everything away and then sit and work on your scripture memory, then either one of those or something in between is fine. The point is to find something that is genuinely consistent. So truly consistent, something that is attainable on a regular basis for you and your life.